I'm just going to say it one time. So please, write your notes. Um, After this, let's talk about basketball. But at the end of the day, I want to first apologize to my team, which I did in the locker room for my actions. That's not the way how you handle situations like that on adverse moments. You can't let your emotions get the best of you. Um, so I love the fact that how our guys stepped up and supported their coach because they know I always want to support them, but I'm going to always take ownership when I'm wrong and admit when I'm wrong. So that's not the right way how to handle that situation. Um, Now, my version is because there's going to always be so many versions. My version, his version, but at the end of the day, my version, I'm going to tell you the truth how it all happened. Um, I noticed that Smith went for offensive rebound and it went off his hands last, but the referees called the ball out of bounds, and I think it was their possession. And I'm like, no, that's not how I saw it. So I was out of the coaching box, and I went down to explain exactly, it's off of Smith. When it's tough to communicate when it's loud, and also you have mask on. So um, Turd saw that I was out of the box. He telling the referee, look at my feet, I'm out of the box. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. This is what we're doing today. You're worried about my feet being out of the box. And so he said to me, Juwan, I'm not going to let you talk to me. You don't talk to me ever again. And he charged at me. And that right there, I don't know how you guys was raised, but, how I was raised, by my grandmother and also by Chicago, because I was raised by Chicago and I grew up in the South Side. When guys charge you, it's time to defend yourself. And especially when a grown man charges you, you know. And that right there, I went into defense mode and forgetting exactly where I'm at because that's not the right way how to handle the situation when you come at and charge someone. I didn't charge him. So when he charged me, I reacted. And I reacted out of defense. So um, that's it. Words was exchanged. And then I got tossed. So that's the story. Like I said, you're going to hear his side, you're going to hear my side, and then you guys can write the narrative. But that's all I have to say about that. Now, if you guys like to talk about the game, I'm open to any questions.
First up will be Orion Sang from the Detroit Free Press.
I know you might want to move on, Juwan, but Turgeon said after the game that he reported tensions from the first two games to the Big Ten office. I was wondering if you heard from the league office entering this game about his concerns.
No, I have not.
Did you sense any brewing tension from those first two games, like the intensity level, anything like that?
No, I have not. If you like to talk about basketball, let's talk about basketball.
Isaiah Livers only played 15 minutes today. I was wondering, is there anything going on with his status? Is he injured? What went into that low playing time for him today?
Isaiah, with the 15 minutes that he was out there, he was giving his best to the game and tried to affect the game in any kind of way possible. Now we're going to do our best to look at film and see what is best to move forward to help Isaiah be ready for the next game.
Next question comes from John Borton from the Wolverine.
Hey, Juwan. Could you talk a little bit about Mike Smith? Obviously, one of his best games in the uniform, if not the best.
Well, actually, Mike played great today. Being the floor leader, the primary ball handler, a guy who's going to, get us organized. He did a great job of reading game situations, making plays for himself and others, and to have a game with 15 assists, a plus minus of 23, it just showed how impactful he was out there. Now, by being an early game, we need a quick turnaround for tomorrow because we're going to need that same energy and effort that he brought today. See if he can duplicate the same thing tomorrow.
Juwan, can you talk about Eli? When did you know he was going to play? He started off with a couple of air balls, and he ended up playing a tremendous game. Were you worried about him early on? And talk about how good he played today.
Well, I think those couple of air balls basically explains to you guys that I was not telling you, a story or I'm not telling you the truth about, Eli didn't practice. Eli was doing a great job along with Alice Wong, our trainer, which Alex was spending, hours and hours with treatment trying to get Eli healthy for this game. And it was a game time decision. While his teammates the last few days been, preparing to play, and he didn't have any rhythm, and I was trying to keep my minute restriction. And I noticed, I look at after the game, the box scored 36 minutes. But Eli's a competitor. He's a warrior. He figures it out, and we just need more Eli's like that, in basketball, because this kid is special.